Imagine you walk into a room full of people. Maybe it's a party, a classroom, or just a crowded coffee shop. Your stomach tightens. You feel like every pair of eyes is glued to you. You start checking your clothes, your hair, the way you're standing. That feeling has a name. Psychologists call it the spotlight effect. It's the belief that a bright, blinding spotlight is shining directly on you at all times and everyone is watching your every move. Now here's the truth that almost nobody talks about. That spotlight doesn't exist. You're not being watched. And the reason is much stranger and more liberating than you've ever been told. Let's go back to the year 2000. A psychologist named Tom Gilovich at Cornell University ran a now famous experiment. He brought students into a lab, one by one, and made them put on a t-shirt. But this wasn't any t-shirt. It was a Barry Manilow t-shirt. For anyone under 30, Barry Manilow is a singer your grandparents probably love. To a college student back then, wearing that shirt in public felt like social suicide. The student had to walk into a room full of other students, sit down, and just be seen. Then Gilovich asked them, "What percentage of people in that room do you think noticed your embarrassing shirt?" The student said, on average, 50%. Half the room. They were already sweating just thinking about it. Then Gilovich went and asked the actual people in the room, "Hey, did you notice that guy's t-shirt?" Only 20% said yes. And here's the killer part. When Gilovich asked those same people just 10 minutes later, almost none of them remembered. 20% noticed, 0% remembered. That is the spotlight effect in a nutshell. You think a giant spotlight is on you? In reality, you're standing in a dim hallway and everyone else is too busy looking at their own shoes. But that's just the basic version. The version you've probably heard before. The real inversion, the dark, untouched corner of this idea, and is way weirder. In 2016, a psychologist named Erica Boothby discovered something she called the Invisibility Cloak Illusion. And it goes like this. You believe that you notice other people more than they notice you. You think you're the observer, the detective, the one watching the movie, and everyone else is just an actor on your screen. But here's the mind melt. The person sitting across from you thinks the exact same thing. They think they're the observer, and you're the one being watched. Boothby ran study after study. Conversations between strangers. Conversations between close friends. Even romantic partners who had been together for years. Every single time, both people said the same thing. I watched them more than they watched me. That means both people are wrong? Both are living inside a beautiful, stupid lie. You think you're wearing an invisibility cloak? You also think everyone can see you. The truth is, everyone is too busy pretending they are the invisible one. Now let's talk about the place where this illusion turns toxic. Social media. A 2023 study from Oregon State University found something genuinely creepy. The more likes and comments you get online, the more self-conscious you become offline. Think about that. You post a photo. You get 500 likes. Your brain says, wow, people are really watching me. So you post again and again. And every time, the invisible spotlight gets brighter. But here's what the study actually proved. Your followers are not watching you. They are scrolling past 100 other posts, thinking about their own lunch, their own drama, and their own desperate need for validation. Another study in 2024 asked content creators, how much attention do you think your Instagram post got? Then they compared that to what viewers actually remembered. The creators overestimated by a landslide every single time. Social media platforms know this. They designed the whole game to make you feel like you're on a stage. Because when you feel watched, you perform. And when you perform, you keep coming back. You're not a user, you're not even the main character, you're the fuel, and the spotlight is the engine. So here's where most videos and articles stop. They say, nobody's watching you, so stop being so anxious. And then they play some soft music and call it a day. But that's weak, that's surface level. The real inversion, the one that can actually change your life, is this. Nobody cares about you. And that is the best news you will ever hear. For years, you've been living inside a prison with no walls. You thought everyone was watching, judging, waiting for you to mess up. So you edited your personality, you bit your tongue, you wore the boring clothes, you posted the safe photo. But the prison was a hallucination. The guards were ghosts. The spotlight was a flashlight with dying batteries. Psychologists call this egocentrism, not narcissism. Just the simple fact that you are the main character in your own movie, and that's fine. But you forgot that everyone else is also the main character in their movie, and in their movie, you're an extra. You're the person walking past the coffee shop window. You're the face in the background of a selfie. You're not the villain, not the hero. You're barely a cameo. That sounds insulting. But it's actually the most freeing truth in the world. You can wear the weird shirt. You can say the awkward thing. You can post the goofy video. You can start that YouTube channel you've been scared to launch. Because nobody's going to remember, and the ones who do will forget in 10 minutes. They're too busy worrying about their own Barry Manilow shirt. A 2024 study from the University of Toronto found a simple, almost stupidly easy way to break this illusion. Brief mindfulness meditation. Just 3 minutes of sitting and watching your thoughts. Why does that work? Because meditation teaches you to take a third-person perspective. You learn to watch yourself watching yourself. And the moment you step outside your own head, you realize the spotlight was never on you. You were holding the flashlight. You were pointing it at your own face. And you can just put it down. Here's the final twist. The sociologist Zygmunt Bauman once said that the spotlight effect isn't just a personal flaw, it's a cultural disease. We live in a world where everyone is alone, competing for attention, desperate to be seen. The spotlight is the symptom of a society that forgot how to truly connect. So when you finally realize that nobody is watching you, you don't become lonely, you become free. You stop performing, and for the first time, you can actually see the person in front of you, not as an audience, but as another human being who also feels invisible. Tomorrow, do one thing you've been too embarrassed to do. Wear the weird color. Ask the dumb question. Start the project. 80% of people won't notice. And the 20% who do will forget before lunch. The spotlight was never on you. You were just holding the flashlight. Now you can finally put it down. If this resonated with you, subscribe and comment below. See you in the next video.